G'day everyone and welcome to Sydney, Australia. We're about to embark on a bonza adventure through the top 10 things to do in this absolutely stunning city. From iconic landmarks that'll make you say crikey, to hidden gems that'll have you saying no worries mate, we've got your itinerary sorted. Whether you're a seasoned traveller or a first-timer, Sydney's got something for everyone. We're talking breathtaking harbour views, world-class beaches, and enough Aussie charm to make you want to pack your bags and move right in. So buckle up, grab a cuppa and get ready to explore the best that Sydney has to offer. We'll be your guide, sharing insider tips and tricks along the way. Trust me, you won't want to miss a single stop on this epic journey. Let's dive right in and discover why Sydney is one of the most vibrant and exciting cities in the world. Get ready for an unforgettable adventure, mate. All right, let's kick things off with the big one. The head honcho of Sydney Harbour, the one and only Sydney Opera House. Now, I'm not exaggerating when I say this building is absolutely legendary. It's like the Eiffel Tower of Australia. But instead of being all pointy and romantic, it's all curvy and dramatic. Seriously, have you ever seen anything like it? Those soaring white sails. The way it seems to just float on the water, it's mind-blowing. And the best part, it's not just a pretty face, mate. The Opera House is a buzzing hub of culture and entertainment, hosting everything from operas and ballets to plays and concerts. Now, if you really want to experience the magic of the Opera House, I highly recommend catching a show. But even if you're not a theatre buff, a simple stroll around the building is a must-do. You can soak up the atmosphere, admire the architecture, and maybe even snap a selfie or two. Trust me, a visit to Sydney wouldn't be complete without paying homage to this iconic masterpiece. It's a true testament to human creativity and a reminder that sometimes dreams really do come true. Now, when it comes to visiting the Opera House, timing is key, my friends. If you're keen on snapping that perfect Instagram shot without a million tourists photobombing you, I'd suggest heading there early in the morning. The light is gorgeous at that time of day and you'll have the place practically to yourself. It's like having the VIP treatment, but without the red carpet and paparazzi, unfortunately. However, if you're more of a night owl, the Opera House is equally stunning when it's all lit up after dark. It's like something out of a fairy tale. For those of you wanting to delve a little deeper and learn about the history and inner workings of this architectural marvel, a guided tour is the way to go. You'll get to hear all the juicy stories about its construction, the challenges they faced, and maybe even a few celebrity anecdotes. So whether you choose to admire it from afar, catch a show, or take a tour, make sure the Sydney Opera House is at the top of your Sydney bucket list. All right, mates, let's talk about the Sydney Harbour Bridge, known as the Coat Hanger. It's an experience in itself. Climb to the top for breathtaking views, or walk, cycle, or take a ferry underneath. Each option offers a unique experience. All right, mates, buckle up because we're heading to Bondi Beach, the most iconic stretch of sand this side of the Southern Hemisphere. And let me tell you, Bondi is not just a beach. It's a lifestyle. You've got your bronzed Aussie lifesavers, your sunbathers soaking up the rays, and of course the surfers carving up the waves like they're auditioning for Point Break 2 Electric Boogaloo. Speaking of surfers, Bondi is practically synonymous with surfing. You've got beginners taking lessons, seasoned pros showing off their skills, and everyone in between just trying not to get wiped out. It's a sight to behold, I tell you. Now, the best time to hit up Bondi, in my humble opinion, is during the shoulder seasons. Think spring or autumn. The weather's still cracking, but the crowds are a little thinner, giving you more space to spread out your towel, work on that tan, and maybe even attempt a sandcastle or two. Just watch out for rogue frisbees. Now, Bondi's not just about the beach, you know. Oh no, my friends, there's much more to this place than sand and surf. For starters, the Bondi to Coogee coastal walk is an absolute must-do. Imagine a scenic stroll along the coastline with breathtaking ocean views and fresh sea air filling your lungs. It's like something out of a postcard, but better because you're actually there. And when you've worked up an appetite from all that walking, you're in luck because Bondi is a foodie's paradise. From trendy cafes serving up avocado toast that would make your Instagram followers weep with envy to beachside restaurants dishing out fresh seafood that's practically jumped straight out of the ocean and onto your plate, you're spoiled for choice, mate. And for those who like a bit of retail therapy, Bondi has you covered there as well. You'll find everything from surf shops stocked with the latest gear to chic boutiques selling unique Aussie designs. So whether you're after a new wetsuit or a stylish souvenir to remember your Bondi adventure, you're sure to find it here. Trust me, a trip to Bondi Beach is an experience you won't forget. Hold on to your hats, folks, because we're off on a wild adventure to Taronga Zoo, home to over 4,000 amazing animals from all corners of the globe. And let me tell you, this ain't your average zoo experience. First of all, the location is absolutely gobsmacking. Perched on the shores of Sydney Harbour, Taronga Zoo offers breathtaking views of the city skyline, including the iconic Opera House. It's enough to make you want to roar with delight. Or maybe that's just the lions. Speaking of lions, you'll find all sorts of incredible creatures at Taronga, from majestic elephants and playful chimpanzees to slithery snakes and cuddly koalas. There's something to amaze every member of the family. And the best part is Taronga Zoo is all about conservation and education. They're doing fantastic work to protect endangered species and teach visitors about the importance of looking after our furry, feathered and scaly friends. Now here's a little insider tip for you. If you want to avoid the crowds at Taronga Zoo, try visiting during the week or outside of school holidays. Trust me, your sanity will thank you for it. Plus you'll have more time to soak up the sights and sounds of the animal kingdom without having to navigate a sea of selfie sticks. And while you're there, be sure to check out one of the zoo's fantastic shows. From the high-flying antics of the free-flight bird show to the playful splashes of the seal presentation, these shows offer a chance to see these amazing animals up close and personal while learning all about their unique abilities and personalities. It's both entertaining and educational, a bit like our show, really. Oh, and speaking of shows, Taronga Zoo also hosts some pretty spectacular events throughout the year, from after-hours tours to concerts under the stars. So be sure to check out their website for the latest happenings. You never know what kind of wild night out you might find yourself on. Right, let's swap our car keys for something a bit more, shall we say, historical. We're off to the Rocks, the oldest neighbourhood in Sydney, and a place that's bursting with stories, charm and cobblestone streets that are just begging to be explored. As you wander through the narrow alleyways and past the historic pubs, you can practically feel the history seeping from the sandstone walls. This is where Sydney was founded, where convicts roamed, and where the city's story truly began. It's like taking a step back in time without the need for a time machine or a DeLorean. And speaking of pubs, the Rocks is home to some of the oldest and most atmospheric watering holes in Sydney. We're talking cosy corners, crackling fireplaces and pints that have probably seen more history than we have. So, pull up a bar stool, order yourself a cold one and soak up the atmosphere of a bygone era. Who knows? You might even hear a ghost story or two from the friendly locals. Now, if you're a fan of markets, then you're in for a treat, because the Rocks is a haven for all things unique and handcrafted. On weekends, the area comes alive with bustling markets, selling everything from Aboriginal art and jewellery to artisan crafts and delicious gourmet treats. It's the perfect place to pick up a one-of-a-kind souvenir, or simply soak up the lively atmosphere. But the Rocks isn't just about history and shopping, oh no. Hidden amongst the cobblestone streets and historic buildings are some of Sydney's best-kept secrets. We're talking about cosy cafes tucked away in laneways, rooftop bars with stunning harbour views, and award-winning restaurants serving up culinary delights that will tantalise your taste buds. And for those who like their art with a side of history, be sure to check out the Museum of Contemporary Art. Housed in a stunning Art Deco building, the museum showcases a diverse range of contemporary art from Australia and around the world. So, there you have it, the Rocks, a captivating blend of history, culture and hidden gems just waiting to be discovered. All right, mate, number 6 takes us away from the hustle and bustle, a bit of a breather, yeah? We're off to the Royal Botanic Garden. Now this place, it's like stepping into a postcard. Lush greenery as far as the eye can see, colourful flowers blooming like it's nobody's business. You've got your exotic plants, your ancient ferns, all just chilling out, living their best lives. And the best part? It's smack dab in the middle of the city. You can be strolling past designer shops one minute and then BAM! You're surrounded by tranquility. It's like magic. but with more eucalyptus trees and less David Copperfield. Honestly, you could spend a whole day here just getting lost in the beauty of it all. Pack a picnic, grab a good book, find yourself a shady spot under a tree. Maybe even take a cheeky nap. I won't judge, just, try not to drool on the rare orchids. They're a bit sensitive about that sort of thing. Now, when it comes to the best time to visit these gardens, you've got options, my friend. Springtime, that's when the flowers are really showing off. It's like a giant perfume counter exploded, but in a good way. Autumn, on the other hand, that's when the leaves put on a show. Reds, yellows, oranges. It's like Mother Nature's own fireworks display, but honestly, any time of year is a good time for a wander through this place. It's a right escape from the city, a little slice of paradise. Just don't forget your sunscreen, yeah? That Aussie sun can be a bit of a diva. Right, on to number 7. Hold on to your hats, folks, because number 7 is bringing the energy. We're talking about Darling Harbour, the beating heart of Sydney's entertainment scene. This place has got it all, from museums to aquariums, from fancy restaurants to pubs with live music spilling out onto the streets. You want to see some sharks? They got sharks. You want to try some kangaroo steak? They got that too, although I'm not sure the kangaroos are too thrilled about that one. You can spend your day riding roller coasters at Luna Park, then catch a movie under the stars at the open-air cinema. Or maybe you fancy a spot of shopping. Darling Harbour's got you covered with boutiques and markets galore. Basically, if you're looking for a good time, Darling Harbour is the place to be. It's like Vegas, but with fewer Elvis impersonators and more seagulls trying to steal your chips. Now, here's a little insider tip for you. Darling Harbour really comes alive during festival season. We're talking massive food festivals, music festivals, even a darn boat show. Check the calendar before you go, because you might just stumble across something spectacular. Imagine fireworks over the harbour while you're munching on a gourmet sausage sizzle. Talk about living the dream. But even if there isn't a festival on, don't fret. Darling Harbour is buzzing any day of the week. Grab yourself a gelato, find a spot by the water and just soak up the atmosphere. You might even catch a street performer doing some didgeridoo magic. It's quite the experience, let me tell you. Right, on to number 8, and believe me, you won't want to miss this one. Alright, buckle up, lovelies, because number 8 takes us on a little adventure. We're off to Manly Beach, one of Sydney's most iconic stretches of sand. And how do we get there, you ask? By ferry, of course. Now, this isn't just any old ferry ride. This is a scenic cruise across Sydney Harbour, with million-dollar views of the Opera House, the Harbour Bridge, the whole shebang. Trust me, the ferry ride alone is worth the trip to Manly. You can grab a spot on the deck, feel the wind in your hair, and pretend you're in a movie montage. Just try not to fall overboard while you're belting out Celine Dion, yeah? As we approach Manly, you'll see why this place is so special. Golden sand, crystal clear water, and a laid-back vibe that'll make you want to chuck your phone in the ocean and become a beach bum. Don't actually do that, though. You'll need it for the gram. Now, Manly Beach isn't just a pretty face. Oh no, my friend, this place is a haven for beach bums and adrenaline junkies alike. You can catch some waves, learn to surf, or just work on your tan while reading a trashy magazine. No judgment here. Stroll along the Corso, Manly's main drag, and you'll find everything from surf shops to boutiques to cafes serving up some seriously good grub. Grab some fish and chips, find a spot on the sand, and watch the world go by. Manly Beach is the perfect place to escape the city bars and embrace the Aussie beach lifestyle. So slap on some sunscreen, grab your swimmers, and get ready for a good time. You might even spot a Hemsworth brother. Probably not, but hey, a tourist can dream, right? Right, on to number 9, and trust me, it's a real masterpiece. Number 9 on our Straya Spectacular, the Art Gallery of New South Wales. It's got everything from Aboriginal masterpieces to Van Gogh and Picasso. A must-see for any culture vulture visiting Sydney. All right, folks, strap yourselves in because we're about to reach new heights, literally. The Sydney Tower Eye offers breathtaking 360-degree views of Sydney Harbour, the Opera House and the Harbour Bridge. Even if you're afraid of heights, the view is worth it. No steps to climb, just a thrilling glass lift ride. Visit at golden hour for a magical sunset. It's a 10 out of 10 from me. And there you have it, the top 10 things to do in Sydney, Australia. We've scaled the Harbour Bridge, soaked up the sun at Bondi Beach, explored hidden laneways and gotten our culture fix at the Opera House. We hope you enjoyed our countdown and found some inspiration for your next trip down under. And hey, if you've got any of your own Sydney faves, be sure to share them in the comments below. We're always up for a bit of travel talk. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share for more exciting travel content. Until next time, mates.